What's up guys, Secret Sonic Rings back again with part 3 of my Let's Play of Super Mario Galaxy. Oh man, okay, so I'm sorry for missing an update last week and probably of this week too. Crazy stuff that I should be getting to explain when I get to this part in the series. So, I kind of recorded part 3 multiple times and each time for some reason just the footage was so unusable, I just could not for the life of me get it to work properly. So, I'm back with this mission, A Snack of Cosmic Proportions, and yeah, you can tell by just everything you can see here, launch stars that you've previously used in a mission, they tend to stick around. They show you the path of, you know, where you would need to be going in a level. It's just, I really wish I didn't have to record this so often, or just, you know, over and over again. But bear with me, just kind of pretty much at this point speedrun it. Nothing really much has changed in this galaxy. The locations where you have to go for the missions change, so every so often you're gonna find, you know, your launch star somewhere else. And coming through here, since we are not going to any other side, we talked to this blue Luma. I've got a hungry friend up ahead. You don't mind sharing your snacks, do you? So he's gonna activate the pole star system that you're gonna need to get to the launch star, and you know the launch star shows a huge surprise of where we're going. What you need to do here is actually collect 100 star bits before we move on to anything else into the game, or this level in particular. The reason being is because we're gonna. Oh my god! I just got hit by that. The reason being as to why we need 100 star bits is because of the fact that there's a Luma, if you saw from the opening of the mission, who's going to be waiting for us on one of these future planetoids, and he's going to ask for 100 star bits in order to access a pink launch star that he's going to specifically make when he gets the 100 star bits to open up a path for us to complete the level. So we need these star bits to continue on, and there's actually a lot of planetoids that offer this. To get off each planetoid, there's always going to be one launch star. There's always going to be some enemy that you could defeat for star bits. There's, you know, those little containers that have star bits that you can put yourself in, and that's just going to, you know, add to your total. So far, 55. Oh, and this is something I had struggled talking about so many times before. With these launch stars that happen to be in the path of other launch stars, you can choose to activate them just by spinning while you're flying. Yeah, you're not limited to your movement. You can choose to go wherever you want, whenever you want, and the paths do not matter. It's not like there's some alternate course of action you need to take. They're just basically there for you to bounce back and forth through planetoids, just so you can get any extra. So, as you can see from my total, I only have 73 star bits right now. I don't have enough to feed the Luma. Okay, 87. This is not going to be enough. Is Goomba going to be enough? No, there's got to be some more around here. That's 93, 96. If I can find one more after this. Can I find one more on this planet? Okay, guess not. So, had to blast off. Okay, there's one star bit there that I almost couldn't grab. Yeah, I mean, you can see that he pretty much cycle around every other planetoid. You don't necessarily have to go to each one of these. You can tell here, you know, you had the boulders that we had from episode 1 or episode 2, I don't really remember at this point. Sling Star for a coin and some star bits, but since I already collected that, it's really unnecessary. Destroying this activates a new launch star. It'll just take you around everywhere you need to go, but in reality, this won't just take you all the way back, so don't take the launch star there, and just come and talk to this Luma. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Got any tasty star bits? If you feed me a bunch of star bits, I'll burst with snacky happiness and then transform. I'm famished. I need 100 star bits to curb the hunger pangs. So, just like we were taught before to how to feed Lumas, or how I mentioned how to, I'm sorry, long pause there, unnecessary pause. Just for the sake of, you know, shooting star bits at enemies for any reason, just point and click on him, you'll need to do that just for anything or enemies. What am I saying? So create this new planet. You obviously get a new launch star that won't take you through any of the other pathways. This planet or planetoid in itself is pretty self-explanatory. there's not much to do here besides pretty much access to the center where that giant capsule is. Like I probably should have mentioned earlier in the beginning of this episode, you can replay all these levels. There's nothing that stops you from going back to these levels, since I've already gotten this Power Star for this level and the next one of the Good Galaxy. The thing is, though, is that by doing this level over again, obviously your Power Star is going to be grayed out. You're not going to get any additional or previous story dialogue. Everything's the same. Don't worry too much if, you know, you missed something. I mean, if it's just any piece of dialogue and tutorial, I'm pretty sure you can just memorize it. In other cases, yeah, I realize I need to spin. We kind of been doing that. Yeah, there's nothing you can trigger for dialogue again. Just keep that in mind when you're replaying levels. Some levels are more, you know, fun than others. I'll admit that. So it's not too uncommon just to have, you know, spots where you want to go back. I'll admit, there's one galaxy that I just extremely love, but we'll get there when we reach it. So I'm just going to ignore these Goombas for the most part and come up to this crystal, jump inside, and inside this capsule the gravity is actually being affected in multiple ways. You can easily just maneuver it around in here from wall jumps to wall jumps. The Goombas outside cannot affect you except for the stuff that's inside. And overall, this capsule is pretty, you know, easy to follow. Just every blue and down obviously is where your gravity falls down, and every red up arrow is where gravity is going up. So, taking care of that, we get to where the Power Star is, and there are blue star chips this time instead of the orange launch stars that we need to collect before. Running around this is actually really annoying because as much as they are circular, they're not sphere, but trying to change direction on it, it's really annoying. And yeah, there's no way to die. This has its own gravity, as you can tell. Mario can just run around everywhere you want. There's no way to kill yourself, so don't worry. Collecting all 5 blue star chips will get you the pull stars again. You're gonna have to pull yourself into the Power Star, which I failed miserably at doing. You're gonna have to use your pull star, you know, timings just to get to the center, and there you go. You got another Power Star. So this technically would be your your third Power Star, following it correctly. So obviously, yeah, got another star. Just building up star bits. I got a better high score of coins because I took a lot of damage early on. So just gonna go back, and I'm just gonna really quickly show off the last star of Good Galaxy that we can collect for the moment. So while we're there, I'll show off just how different the environment can get into what you need to do. So we get to King Caliente's battle fleet. Yeah, forgive me for my Spanish, even though I do know how to speak Spanish. It's funny how I've pretty much lost my ability to do it. If that sounds strange in any way, but probably because it is. So, coming back to Good Galaxy, obviously you can tell nothing really much has changed here. What did change though is the fact that the launch star is up on the roof now. We discussed the first time we were here in part 2. So I can just easily triple jump to get up there. Triple jumping is just doing 3 successful jumps in a row. That way Mario can get access. There's a Toad here, and Toad's really just going to tell us that the coconuts here are going to be able to destroy these spiky plants. Throwing these coconuts into the spiky plants will destroy the coconuts, so don't think the coconuts are multi-use. There are star bits up there if you want to grab them. The way you're going to do this is that if you press up on the Wii Remote, just point and click just like you did with a bunch of other enemies, and you get a first-person view. I didn't mean to speak to Toad. So, just to finish off my point, yeah, you get a first-person view of Mario just to shoot star bits for any reason if you needed to. So, speaking of Toad, woohoo! You see me! Thanks! Sorry, that's my worst Toad impression ever. In return, let me tell you a secret about this place. Apparently, the spiky things just hate coconuts. Yeah, shake to spin the coconuts into them. Yep, so that's all the info Toad will give you. Take this coconut over here. If you really just decide to destroy everything that's around you, that's basically just coins. So we get a sling star here. Take it to the planet up above, and we find more Goombas and spiky plants. If I remember correctly from the first other times I've done this. Yeah, okay. So a Pokey spawns here at the very center of the opposite side of the planet that the only way you can beat is with a coconut. Just knock it, all of its pieces down and jump right on it, and you get your launch star. Really simple to that. Nothing really extraordinarily special. Here, though, I do want to stop. Don't take the Sling Star just yet. You'll notice there are these chain chomps that are just rolling around without chains. They won't attack you except following that circular path around the planetoid. But jumping into this warp pipe will find Goombas inside with a question mark coin. Picking that up will give us access to the Rainbow Star. Sorry, I missed the text that used to be there the first time you get it. The Rainbow Star is basically your invincibility star, just how it appeared in every other Mario game. If you want to, and while you have it, run outside and just run right into these chain chomps. They can be destroyed only with the Rainbow Star. Sorry, that sounded really too empathetical, if that's even a word. So, yeah, they can only be destroyed with the Rainbow Star, and I did not mean to get electrocuted. So keep that in mind if you ever see chain chomps again. Chain chomps will just be a nuisance to you. Don't worry about it. They can't be defeated unless you have the Rainbow Star, and chances are they probably won't respawn again in that area. And if you ever encounter more like you see over here, yeah, chain chomps just tend to just float around. Don't worry too much about it. Bullet bills, however, will keep following you until they hit something like that. Definitely not mean to do that. So just climb up to the top of the cannons. There's not really much to explore here. Come up here and you'll find the battle fleet. Up there is actually our location where to go, and we encounter 2 new enemies right here. Well, technically it's just 1, but 2 of it. So these will launch coconuts in your direction, and the only way to defeat them is to knock these coconuts back. They will occasionally fire fireballs back at you, but it's nothing too difficult really when you fight them. Come over here and you pick up a new power-up. It's called the Life Mushroom, so you get 3 additional Mario hits. Again, it's missing the text I had the first time I got through this recording. It's just that using the Life Mushroom at this point, Mario gets 3 additional hits. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. And you can keep this. You can keep it for a prolonged amount of time. It's just that if you ever take hits that are past 4, so if you take these 3 hits and Mario falls below 4 and gets back to 3, you cannot replenish these. You can replenish them with coins. Don't freak out. You can keep your 6 hits. But Mario himself will have to, you know, find another Life Mushroom, and Life Mushrooms are scarce in each level. So King Calante, he'll fire these fireballs just like the enemies we saw before when we had to deflect the coconuts, and the strategy is all the same with him. Just pay attention to when he starts firing coconuts and avoid any fireball that you may see. The surface that you're on actually is a bit slippery, so you want to watch out for that. And as you notice with the second hit, in order to get King Calante down to his aforementioned next form, he needs to, he will start deflecting these, so you have to follow along with each coconut and follow each hit. It's actually not too difficult, just that he spawns those little blue flames, and those little blue flames will try to get in your way. It's really annoying, and I'll tell you that I think the first time I played this, it was really a nuisance to me. I couldn't shake them, I kept getting hit, and I kept failing, and he spawns more of them even if you get rid of them, so yeah, it's really annoying. So, coming up to get this Power Star, we'll just finish the mission, and that's just a way to show the remaining levels of Good at Galaxy that I lost the previous time I tried to show you guys. And with that, I can pretty much conclude that would be part 3 of Super Mario Galaxy. I'm sorry for the late update. Things have been a little bit hectic every now and then. But with that, I hope I can see you guys in the next video. So, don't forget to like, favorite, share. You know what? I appreciate it. And I finally decided on something. I finally decided for the outro that I'll say, become a collectible today. I've always just connected with collectible every time I've just, said it to myself. So yeah, that'll be the outro for now. So I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Secret Sonic Rings is out of here.